What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan, and this is the Thunder Channel on nootropics and a lot of other stuff. Okay, so I want to do a couple things. I want to explain to you and convince you that no sexual performance enhancement protocol is complete without a focus on brain chemical modulation and neurotransmitters. That's number one. Number two, I want to introduce to you really the Viking testosterone protocol's replacement, an entirely new program that I devised myself and tested on 15 men over the course of the last 6 months that I'm excited to actually officially launch now. And that's called the Male Sexual Rejuvenation Program. Okay? So let me just break down, let me give you some backstory. So as of just about 3 months ago, I became a single man. I was in a relationship for 3.5 years, and that ended somewhere around, October, the early October. At that point, as a guy, I think it's important to get out and just date in the meantime, right? Not really looking for a relationship. I certainly wasn't, but just sort of get out there and maybe meet some women, go on some dates, have some interactions, and sort of maintain that until you're kind of ready for another relationship. So that's what I did. In the process of doing that, having developed this program for like the previous many months before that happened, and then just really needing to dial in and finish those last critical elements, which are the neurotransmitter side. I just can't believe this has been missed in all the sexual performance enhancement programs for men that are out there. I discovered that not only could I take people to the place of stronger erections, better libido, visceral libido, better mental libido, because that's a part of it, right? It's your brain kind of organ and sexual response connectivity that sometimes just goes by the wayside or falls off the face of the earth or gets lost in translation. Improving those things, but strongly by targeting the neurotransmitter side, in addition to the traditionally effective things to engage in hormone optimization for men, that as I was able to turn not only the guys that I have worked with on this so far in a preliminary basis to test and validate that it is highly effective, but myself in my dating adventures, that this is by far the best male sexual rejuvenation program one could ever engage in. Look, I've engaged in a lot of them. I mean, I've taken all of the kind of typical supplements. It's not about, and it should never be about, a singular approach when you're trying to optimize sexual function as a guy, right? You can't just take vitamin D and suddenly everything's going to be restored. You can't go take Long Jack and suddenly everything's going to be restored. Sustanch, the same thing. Maca root, same thing. Fenugreek, same thing. All of these chemicals are useful in, let's call it one of the 15 things that you got to do to fully optimize sexual function and rejuvenate it and restore it as a guy. The other critical element that I was missing in the VTP and prior to discovering this is the diet side, but more specifically, a diet that is focused on getting you the right fat while still infusing cholesterol. Because cholesterol alone, even with a proper supplementation protocol, is not going to just automatically, on the hormonal side, that's one side of male sexual optimization, going to make all systems online. The diet has to be specified. And in this program, I break down some of the things that I have found through experimentation that are actually extremely effective at, even within a few short weeks, taking somebody that has no sex drive whatsoever and problems with their wife or girlfriend or problems in their relationship or problems just generally as a guy that's out there with women, to a place where their libido, it's almost too extreme. They're like, Ryan, we gotta dial this back a little bit. It's getting to the point where it's excessive. And I know that sounds tempting, The other critical element of sexual performance enhancement is to have protocols, both on the supplement side, the dietary side, and the neurotransmitter side, that are tailored to you. Right? So any program that claims to address sexual function and optimize it if you're a guy does not really know your specific physiology. Well, how would it, right? It's not like it gets on a fact-finding call with you and it's like, hey, Joe, so tell me everything that's going on. Let me take notes. Let me think about it, synthesize that, and then formulate custom protocols for you. Look, everybody's different. Guys are different. There are things that across the board definitely work the same and will be highly effective for all men. And then there are things that, just because of people's specified physiology, need a much more tailored approach. So I want to introduce to you, first time making this official and public, this is the first announcement of this program, the Male Sexual Rejuvenation Program. And it is live at livecortex.com, and you can go get it right now. Who is this good for? This is good for men between the ages of 18 and 50, call it. That isn't to say that we won't work with guys that are older than that. That's just the kind of optimal range for this program. But specifically men who have lost libido, just that drive to have sex with women, or have sex in general. Men who have lost their erection quality, okay? That is a huge issue among men as we age and as things go wrong within our body. And if you don't know how to address that, you're gonna be stuck relying on, basically PD5 inhibitors, like Viagra and Cialis and all these kind of chemicals, which you don't wanna be taking. Guys that have lost the mental, visceral libido element of things. Like, you see a creature out there and your interest does not get piqued, right? Wouldn't you want to be on the other side where you see a creature out there and you can barely contain yourself to engage with the creature that you find attractive? So here's what you get. This is what you get. A one-on-one fact-finding call with me. So we'll get on a call, and this is what I mean about specificity and finding out what is going on with an individual's physiology. And I'm really good at these fact-finding calls. I mean, I do it with these larger scale consults with business executives and for people that I've been consulting over the years all around the world, where I'll ask you a very specific set of tailored questions relating to your situation so that the protocols that get formulated are micro-tailored to you. So you get a fact-finding call with me so that I can figure out exactly what's going on to formulate protocols for moving forward. Second, online document generation. Online document generation. That is, for those of you that have worked with me and those of you that have heard me talk about this, when Cortex Labs consults people or works with folks, we have a document that tracks everything on the web. The protocols, the results, the adjustments, the comments, the notes, and everything in between. So you'll get an entire document generated online for both of us to access that will lay out the specific protocols and basically go through our progress as we work to restore your sexual function. Tailored dietary protocols. That's number 3 that you get with this. Tailored dietary protocols. Again, to optimize sexual function as a man, you have to focus on all these different fronts, but you can't just shuttle cholesterol into your body thinking that's going to make you make more testosterone. It just isn't specified enough. Your body has to know how to use the cholesterol. It's got to signal correctly. And there are many, many other elements and even specific foods that you need to be eating. Really an entire dietary change. If you want to fully optimize male sexual performance, you need to be eating a very specific way. And we will teach you how to do that and make very specific dietary protocols for you to follow in this program. Number 4, tailored supplement protocols, because supplements are a part of it. And that's really across the board for every man. Depending on what your situation is, like for every guy, there are going to be supplements that need to be taken in order to fully optimize sexual performance. Number 5, though, And this is the most important part, and what distinguishes this from other programs that we've had in the past, like the Viking Testosterone Protocol, and what distinguishes it from any other male sexual performance enhancing protocol on the web, in the world, is tailored neurochemical modulating protocols. Tailored neurochemical modulating protocols. And by that I mean a specific focus on a couple key neurotransmitters that, if you optimize them the right way, is a major missing part in fully optimizing and rejuvenating sexual performance for guys. And then lastly, expert protocol adjustment. See, on this running document that we're working on, we're going to have you executing a certain set of protocols. But in that time period, look, we want to measure results. We want to see how good you're doing. Along the way, if anything, whether a dose on a specific chemical to modify neurotransmitters or a dose on a specific supplement to aid in the hormonal optimization process needs to be adjusted, we will make the adjustments on the online document. That's again what distinguishes this program from a lot of other programs or protocols or something that are out there, because it has to be specified. You sort of have to have someone overseeing it and then making an adjustment if necessary to make the adjustment. Okay, so that's the basis of it. So this is what you do. Purchase the Male Sexual Rejuvenation Program at livecortex.com. The link will be in the description below, and if you're watching this on the website, you're obviously on the buy page. Within 24 hours, I will reach out to you so that we can have our first fact-finding call. And then when we can get on the horn and actually establish what your issues are, what specific things are related to your physiology that are inhibiting your ability to have good sexual function, great sexual function as a man, we will go through everything. I will take the notes. We will get to formulating the right protocols. I will initiate a purchase list of things that you need to get, usually very inexpensive, but there'll be some chemicals that I'll need you to get for optimizing neurotransmitters specifically, and then on the testosterone and the hormonal side, and then we begin. So guys, the Viking Testosterone Protocol is officially discontinued. We have fully rejuvenated it and optimized it. This is the hyper upgraded version of it, including the neurochemical side and the dietary side. Very powerful. Get it at livecortex.com. If you're on the buy page, go buy it below. Thank you so much for watching. And guys that have had issues with this, guys that want to put the nail in the coffin of the problems with their sexual function and restore sexual performance, libido, EQ, that drive, stamina, have focus, have motivation. No better time than now. Thanks for watching.